We are now the Client Innovation Center in Austin, Texas. So a couple things in the living room setting I'm going to talk about. First off, this whole space is built on this 2-inch raised floor. So if you come to visit us in the future, make sure you don't step off the edge. We have this ramp here. But these little cones, there's a couple thousand of these across the floor, and this raised floor is sitting on that. That allows us to pull all of our networking cable and power up through into the walls around the center. In the ceiling, these light bulbs, we'll see if we get my cameraman to point at the light bulbs. Each one of these light bulbs is individually addressable. It's an LED light with a Zigbee wireless network in it. And we can change the colors of these lights to set any type of setting or environment that we want for a customer visit. Is in the ceiling grid is a 24-volt power system. So this is an example of that power grid that's in the system. This connects into the inverter that converts AC power to DC power, and then we can clip in different lighting. So as we go through the center, you'll see some clip lights that are clipped into the DC power grid, and that allows me to focus lights into an area. This X-Panel software we had custom built when we built the studio. So it allows me to drag and drop content from any of the 9 different displays or different inputs that I have onto any of the 26 different displays I have in the studio. This is my lighting control function that I can change the colors of the different lights within the studio. These are our presets for this. I have from our home page here, I can turn all of the monitors off. Think of each one of these cars driving through Las Vegas, and this is all make-believe. I'm not controlling cars in Las Vegas as it's going through. The next situation may be a traffic accident. So let's say that car just ran into that other car there, and the airbag is deployed. The airbag could send a message up to the internet to be shared with all of the other GPS systems to avoid this area now. Could also send a message into Flight for Life to fly in and pick up this is kind of my office area and my kitchen area. I'm holding here a iGel thin client. These are about $250, $300. It allows somebody to remote into a virtualized desktop environment. We go into our city zone. So anybody from anywhere in the world can connect into, so Tim has just connected in with one of the doubles and is driving it around the space. But this is one of the favorite things I like to do is grab them by the neck. So now we are in the multi-purpose room. This room allows me to create environments that are unique and specific for a particular client or customer that comes in. Our default setting is this Texas A&M setting. This was our first win for the Smarter Stadium Network solution. If you see that screen that you're looking at, that is a layout of the studio. And if you see the little blue dot should appear there kind of on the left-hand side of the multi-purpose room. So I have a number of Bluetooth sensors in the studio. And the iPad that I am holding up next to that Bluetooth sensor has software on it that is picking up the chirp from that Bluetooth sensor that is then sent up to the server, and it recognizes that that device is at that location. In the medical zone here, this is where we have the patient and the bed set up. This nurse's station, if you remember back in the kitchen, we had a sink. So at the sink, we also had a Bluetooth sensor. So if the nurse has a smartphone on them that has the hospital app on it, let's say, when they go up to that nurse station to wash their hands, they're registered that they've washed their hands. When they enter the hospital room or the patient's room, we also have Bluetooth sensors in here that can register that they've entered the patient room. So for compliance reasons, they want to see that they've washed their hands entered the room. Washed their hands, entered the room. I have 31 items in my retail store. Each of them have an RFID tag on them. I could have my stock boy come in and do a barcode scan on each one of the items, which might take me 5-10 minutes to go through and scan all 31 items in my little make-believe store here. Or I can do a full scan with the RFID scanner. Okay. Okay, so in about 5 seconds, I just scanned 31 items in the space. This allows us to end the tour and with some little fun here. All right, so I'm going to try on a shirt here, and then I'm going to try on some pants. Put some pants on over here, and then I can. Thanks for joining today, guys, and have a good rest of the day.